Have you ever felt disconnected? Sometimes you wake up feeling numb to your existence or even your presence, repeating the same things over and over until your emotions detach from those familiar patterns. Detach from your body. Feeling disconnected from your true self, you gaze into the mirror and don't recognize your identity. Don't recognize who you are. The person you were so certain of years ago now feels like a facade, constructed to get through the day. As time passes, another day slips away, and once again, you find yourself staring into the mirror, questioning, who are you? Where am I? Where's my mind?
Finally.
Cyberpunk is a game that personally for me holds a lot of depth, not only in terms of its intriguing design, but also its philosophy. As someone who grew up in the Nintendo 64 era, witnessing how contemporary games provoke some of the deepest and most outrageous thoughts as you embark on a campaign. It astounds me how far we've come in terms of media and entertainment. You can either shut down your brain and play a game for hours without contemplating anything, or immerse yourself, as I did in Night City. There are countless stories, plots, and memories to explore, but today, I want to delve into a specific one, a moment that provoked numerous thoughts and questions about my current position and where I truly aspire to be. This story deeply resonates with me, so it was really hard to play this mission particularly, especially because we witnessed her sacrificing her true self for survival.
V, do you feel all right? Huh? You are bleeding. Fuck. It seems you are running out of time.
One aspect I truly admire about V's character is her resilience. Despite constantly facing the specter of death, she continues to press forward. It's a simple yet powerful theme that resonates deeply throughout the campaign. Personally, V helped me navigate through some of the most dreadful and frightening thoughts I had harbored. She brought me peace, repeatedly reinforcing my self-assurance and instilling in me the confidence to live as I always desired, but often suppressed it. This story has left a profound impact on my life, and perhaps it has on yours as well. This contrast is what adds to the eerie or rather hopeless nature of this particular mission that I want to discuss a little bit today. The mission that I will delve into today is called Where's My Mind? A nod to the song by the Pixies. This song perfectly encapsulates the essence of feeling the disconnection between body and soul, the prevailing emptiness, the encompassing nothingness. It's basically how you feel after getting to this mission and experiencing the horrors of a true bad ending.
Think it's worth taking a chance on Arasaka.
The fuck was that? God, how are you so fucking stubborn?
In the game, you have 7 endings to choose from, ranging from truly wholesome to happy or even too heavy to talk about it.
Is it time?
You know, it really is beautiful.
Been nice working with you, V.
Yeah. With you too, Johnny.
But this one in particular got me thinking about it so much, especially about how V gave up upon anything to save her own life, her fear of death. Even after doing so much to save herself, she still gets so desperate to the point of selling her soul to the devil. This is how profoundly impactful this ending is right from the start. Even when you have to decide what to do and disclose to Johnny about accepting Haneko's offer, his evident disappointment truly weighs heavily on you, especially after all the time you spent together, all the hardships you both endured. It's heart-wrenching to discard it all to betray him, accepting help from the very same people who killed Johnny. This decision is incredibly hard to digest, but this is just the beginning of the worst part of it all. Right from the outset, this mission exudes a sense of foreboding. It all begins when you witness it, Johnny walking away, leaving you with an overwhelming sense of solitude, as your rifle should feel. From this point onward, you are on your own, grappling with the betrayal of Johnny and many of your close friends.
See you inside, Mikoshi. Johnny?
Descending the stairs, you encounter Misty, engaging in a conversation as she conducts a tarot reading, are you?
Struggle. Whatever you're planning, treat this as a warning.
Okay. And Johnny's?
The moon.
Well, that doesn't sound too bad, right?
I don't know, V. The moon is mystery.
Suddenly, Arasaka interrupts, arriving at your doorstep. Misty is visibly devastated, bewildered by V's audacity to trust them, and from that moment, everything feels disturbingly out of place. Your objective becomes to rescue Hanako so that she might assist you, contingent upon your willingness to act as a witness in the murder of Yorinobu Arasaka. After rescuing her and arriving at Arasaka Tower, she starts to explain some things about her father and the reason behind needing V's help. You can tell from the start just by the way she talks that it's not right. It doesn't take long for you to realize as the mission takes on an even more eerie tone when Hanako shows you a hologram of Jackie, which seems entirely unlike him, or at least not how he used to be perceived. Although you have the chance to interact with it, it feels incredibly out of place, almost as if V is attempting to overcome grief, but ultimately failing.
Remember anything about what happened?
Hit the major leagues, chica. Running with Dex. Badass black Jesus of the afterlife. A heap of Bartley gold-plated cool. Not bad, eh?
Seen enough. It's not him.
Afterlife. See you there.
It is not Jackie, yet it still stirs up emotions within her. Upon finally reaching the meeting and confessing the truth about who killed Hanako's father, we encounter some resistance. This part of the mission feels relatively ordinary, reminiscent of everything you have experienced up to this point. Engaging in combat alongside Goro against gods who attempt to eliminate us, so we could fight our way to Hanako's brother's office. However, before reaching there, there's an old fucker that I have to kill.
As if they were gonna make this easy.
Our mate is...
Oh, fuck! Smash. I fucking knew it!
The fight was incredibly intense. characterized by its fast-paced, high-octane combat gameplay section, with debris scattering in all directions and missiles crashing, melting through concrete. The showdown with Adam was a real adrenaline rush. For a moment, the unease feeling lingering from the mission dissipates as you engage in combat with enemies and clash with Adam Smasher. There's incredible satisfaction in finally taking down that fucker.
Mercy for this thing?
It's never too late. How about that, Johnny? That was for you.
Rightly so. He did not deserve mercy.
Now we are here, finally, concluding Hanako's favor, but we are out of time. We can barely walk or barely stand. At least we did what we had to do. And Hanako's appears right after us and start talking to her brother, comforting him. It seemed that everything was okay, and Hanako surprisingly still agreed in helping us. Or at least, that's what I thought.
分かってる。
だが、もう疲れた。
いいのよ、兄さん。おやすみなさい。
In the 70s, Donald Buck Dama contemplated the possibility of dying at a young age. Such thoughts occasionally cross our minds. Yet, in our youth, the concept of death often doesn't seem to be actually real. Despite this, Donald, driven by the idea, picked up his guitar and played the first two chords. Chords that would later evolve into the iconic song Don't Fear the Reaper. Does this title ring a bell?
Time to party like it's 2023.
Released in 1976, Don't Fear the Reaper emerged as one of the Blue Oyster Cult greatest hits. It delves into the simple idea of not fearing death and explores how love transcends beyond physical existence. The song, a beautiful crafted masterpiece, remarkably eases the discomfort associated with the concept of death. Its abstract nature resonates with countless individuals, including myself, who have pondered over this theme for years now. Death remains an enigma, a reality we won't comprehend until the day we ultimately confront the Reaper. I'm generally fascinated by the concept of death, especially as explored in Cyberpunk, the idea of one's consciousness transforming into code, the uncertainty about what comes next, and what lies beyond the numbers and the vast virtual structure are all captivating. This fear is expertly depicted in Johnny's and V's conversations, depending on the ending. Whether it's V sacrificing her body so Johnny can live, or Johnny sacrificing himself, giving his life for a friend, the interplay of these scenarios across different endings prompt me to reflect deeply on the concept of death, embracing the mystery of what might come after. We may never know the answer. It could be simple or it might be complex. Perhaps it's our innate will to survive, subtly shaping our thoughts, creating a scenario where life persists indefinitely. We may be hesitant to accept the idea that we will ultimately return to nothingness, never experiencing any of it again. But in this ending, death is also a factor. What defines death? Is it when our bodies cease to function, or can we experience a form of death while still alive? This is where things take a downturn. The first major blow comes when you discover Johnny after awakening inside the cyberspace. You approach him with a sense of happiness, having finally achieved what seemed impossible, finding a cure for your sickness. V will live, but at what cost?
Johnny, Hanako kept her word.
Looking at you now reminds me of the moment we met. Still see that same small-time merc, little thief with her head in the clouds. Haven't changed a bit.
Johnny jolts you back to reality, exposing the harsh truth with every line he utters. And his disapproval cuts deep. Even observing V's dialogue choices acts as the final blow, driving home the realization of the significant error in choosing this ending. The pain of betraying a friend, the arrogance of discarding everything to save oneself. The game could just conclude there. V bids farewell to Johnny, who turns his back, slowly walking away, creating one of the most poignant scenes in the game. However, it's not over yet. Cyberpunk intends for this to be a genuine bad ending, one that truly earns the title. At this point, you no longer recognize your V, a character to whom I felt a profound connection before, embodying so many positive qualities and helping me through shitty times. Now, I question, is this even her? Who is this V? Where is her mind?
Remember what Dex asked you? Quiet life or blaze of glory?
Sure, I remember.
Shame you chose wrong. Damn shame.
As beautiful as the concept of dying can seem, it possesses elements that, when twisted, can become profoundly unsettling. Death embodies numerous horror concepts that can truly invoke fear. The fear of the unknown is intrinsic to it, never knowing what might lurk around the corner, perpetually keeping one unease with the potential emergence of something unseen. It steadily builds tension, leaving you in suspense, uncertain of the impending release, which could occur at any moment but remains indefinitely unknown.
In addition, numerous brain functions remain dormant. The neural impulses have been rerouted to the neural processor, a temporary measure.
When can I expect a full report?
And here it is. I absolutely adore this part of the mission. The portrayal of insanity. The game unapologetically throwing the consequences of your horrendous decisions in your face. Personally, I've always found it challenging to choose bad endings, particularly when I've grown attached to the main character or other impactful members of the cast. Witnessing their suffering is always painful, but in this instance, the game takes it to a whole new level, making you feel the absolute worst. You wake up into Arasaka's spaceship after a surgery has been completed, the one to remove the biochip from your brain so you can finally survive. But things are really off from the start. First, you notice the color palette is so sad yet so confusing, it urges you to feel discomfort, but yet feels like you are indeed broken, like something was taken from you, and it doesn't take much for your V to realize that.
Am I still V? I died twice.
Everything is in order.
No.
There's a huge lack of faith that this procedure even worked. No one is talking properly to you. No one gives you the right information, the things that you want to know. Am I going to be okay? Is everything alright? Where's Johnny?
Tags belong to a man who sacrificed his life for mine in Mexico. Been thinking about our predicament. Want to be clear. I will do you no wrong. When the time comes, it'll be my life for yours. I'll agree to get wiped. Tags are proof of my promise.
Then there's the void, the vast emptiness, the feeling of nothingness. Imagine dreaming of a place where your instinct screams for action, yet you're voiceless. Your legs refuse to move, anchoring you in place until suddenly everything plunges into pitch darkness, leaving you stranded in an abyss of nothingness.
Come here. Waiting for you.
Has been notified of a breaking story.
After getting some rest, V wakes up inside her room. The TV is on and the news reports the consequences of helping the wrong people. But as outrageous as the news is, it doesn't matter. We succeeded. We don't care. We live. Shortly after, a doctor enters our room, intending to conduct some exams. However, there is still no clear or direct answer about why we are still here or whether the surgery was a success. Nevertheless, we understand that exams are necessary to assess our well-being. The tests prove to be initially perplexing. V doesn't appear to be at her best. It generally seems as though she is more broken than ever before. She feels incomplete, numb, or perhaps she just doesn't even feel anything anymore. The tests are straightforward. It begins with a reading test, evaluating your optics as you read a passage from the same TV that broadcasted the news. Shortly after, you tasked with solving a Rubik's Cube. After just a few attempts, the doctor forcefully takes out of her hands. Now it's time for a high-order representation test. The doctor says some words and you have to respond with the first words that comes to your mind. It's simple yet intriguing. V's answers carry a profound weight as she grapples with the realization of what she has done.
Home.
The city.
Enemy.
Arasaka.
Principal.
Johnny.
Betrayal.
Me.
Now an easier task, a motor functional one. And after doing a lot of life-threatening gigs, this one is going to be okay at least. Just a simple cardio on the treadmill, but as I suspected, you quickly realized that V was actually not the same. Something is truly happening and maybe it could be Arasaka fault or maybe it could...
Get up. You can't stay here.
to N54 News. I'm Jillian Jordan. The world remains
After getting
gripped
some
by the
rest, V wakes up inside her room. The TV's on and the news reports the consequences of helping the wrong people. But as outrageous as the news is, it doesn't matter. We succeeded. Did we succeed? Shortly after, a doctor enters our room, intending to conduct some exams. The tasks are straightforward. It begins with you tasked with... I misread the script. I already did this. Shortly after, you tasked with solving a Rubik's Cube. After just a few attempts, the doctor forcefully takes out of her hands.
Next test, please connect your personal link.
Now it's time for a high-order representation test. The doctor says some words and you have to respond with the first words that comes to your mind. I'm pretty sure they did this before. Now, an easy test, a motor-functional one. Just a simple cardio on the treadmill.
Treadmill? Testing concluded for today. Communications have been unlocked. You may now phone home. Earth.
WNS News has been notified of a breaking story.
After getting some rest, V wakes up inside her room. Why I'm doing this again? This feels like a loop. Shortly after, a doctor enters our room, intending to conduct some exams. The tasks are straightforward. It begins with you tasked with...
I think I might be losing my mind.
Oh, fuck.
This place. It's killing me.
It's crazy. What the fuck is going on?
Hey, listen. These tests gonna go on much longer.
We need very precise data.
I can't stand this anymore.
No one tell me shit.
Cognitive function test. Solve the cube. Please sit up. Respond to the key words. No thinking, just the first word that comes to mind. Loyalty.
Please, just...
Johnny!
Why?
Please respond to each term with the first thing that comes to mind.
Quick as I can. No
Why
thinking,
did I did
right?
this? Why did I
Humanity.
betray Johnny? Why?
Got nothing.
Please. That's enough.
Please step onto the treadmill.
I said that's enough. No, I don't want to do anything.
As quickly as you can, without thinking about it. V.
No.
I don't want to do any of this anymore. I said...
Cognitive function test. Solve the cube.
Enough! Enough!
Fuck! No, enough! I've had it. Fucking hate this place! Fuck you all! Fuck! Enough! I'm done!
This ending is genuinely heartbreaking. Enduring those exams repeatedly as the anxiety of any clue about what's happening never materializes. I feel pure agony playing through this entire mission, genuinely in pain and sick, as V seems to be more desperate for clues and increasingly helpless. She sold her soul to Arasaka, perhaps what she deserves, but it was excruciating to watch it unfold. I felt nauseous, just wanting to be over, and eventually it was. an old friend of mine appeared, or at least I thought he was a friend.
You look just as you did when I found you in the rubbish. Get up.
Goro came in delivering the harsh truth. The experiment was a complete failure. After all V had done, after betraying the ones she truly loved, she still failed. There is no cure, no second chance, unless once again you sell your soul to the devil. Goro presented a final offer. Give your body and store your consciousness inside the Arasaka program. They promise to revive you as soon as they find a cure. It's a tempting offer, especially after losing everything. No Judy, no Vic, no Misty, no Johnny. Nothing's left. There's no reason to fight. Why should we continue? Why should I? I just signed a contract, a pact of a final hope. V wants to live and she's out of options, just doing what her body urges to do. Survival no matter what. As I walk through the corridor going to my final destination, you feel the hopelessness, that empty feeling of not wanting to continue, that numb sensation of discomfort deep inside your heart. This is it. There's no way back. This is what feels to give up. Awful. Desperate. There's never an easy way out. It feels that you are disconnected, numb to the others. They don't matter. There's no one to save you. Not after crossing this line. It is an internal pain that will never go away. Where is your mind now? You will never know. But despite going through all of this, there's still time to go back.
Made my decision. Going back to Earth. Going home.
You will die there.
You're all right, Takamura. I like you. Thanks for coming all the way up here to help. But one thing you never understood, and never will.
What is that?
Got no idea how sweet it is to be free.
You speak out of bitterness. Please reconsider.
No. This here's goodbye. But I'm not gonna forget you. What we did together.
Goodbye, V.
This ending made me reflect on a lot of things. How giving up feels inherently wrong. How is a terrible sensation, and how it can internally destroy you when you witness it. Someone you care about completely losing their mind. disconnecting from reality and numbing their feelings. V, however, is a total opposite. She will never give up, especially not to those Arasaka carpal fucks. I've felt this way before, trapped in what seemed like a prison, my soul caught in a constant loop. Breaking free took many tries, many cycles, but eventually I got there. This ending was terrifying because it brought me back to a place where I once had no will to escape. Now, it's just a memory that allowed me to grow better and stronger. It's horrifying, yet beautiful. A truly bad ending that lingers. It stuck with me, making me realize how far I've come. Despite the confusion I faced, today I can comfortably say that I know where my mind stays, and it stays in a beautiful and a happy place. At least for now.